Hello. Welcome, welcome. We're here again with the T1 heavy tank. And yeah, it's fully upgraded now. Another week has gone by, another fully upgraded tank. And it might be a little bit before I get to the M6, we'll see. But I wanted to do another video here on this because I have something else that I'm gonna be recording basically directly after this, so it'll be fun. We'll see that. I have been thinking about a lot of stuff, specifically after the Calliope was introduced to the game, and I have experienced it, and I gotta say, it's not intimidating in the slightest, unless you're playing something that has literally no armor, because it's just an up-tiered E4 Sherman with HE shells. 75 10 HE shells, basically. The standard gun's nothing to write home about. It's like I said, it's a fucking E4. It's an E4 Sherman. Also, I'm pretty sure it connected me to the EU server, which is fine because like I'm used to play. I used to play this game in like ridiculously high ping. I used to bounce back and forth between the servers, but, you know, I digress. Anyways, the Calliope's interesting. It's really good against things that have no armor, but the minute you run up against something that has armor and or a pretty punchy gun, it's just gonna turn you into Swiss cheese. So, I've seen so many of the Calliopes that have been played literally just kind of do nothing or do fairly okay because people forget that it has rockets, I guess. But like just watching the number of people that either think I can bounce shots with this armor and then proceed to eat a KB2's like 152 HE shell through the face, or better yet, run into a tier 8 game and realize, oh shit, I can't fight these. There's the delay kicking in. There's my ping from being on the EU server. Yeah, I'm dead. That's been my experience with the T1, because like the T1, when you get top tier or like a low tier 6 match, it's pretty solid. You go up against more than one tier 6, you just kind of get torched, but that's not due to the tank itself. The tank itself is pretty okay. If I was not playing on the EU server and fighting with the ping, I'd be doing significantly better. Because I had a really good game in it last night while unlocking the last gun. Which, by the way, the last gun actually pretty good. You don't normally have to use the APCR on it unless you get matches like this where you're up against tier 7s. But like, it's an okay tank. Its armor's flat. You try to angle it, you got that little lip, so it's like, if you can poke around a corner and only expose like a little bit of the front and angle like that, and then poke out between getting shot at, you can really play it well. Or if you have like a ridge so you can actually make use of its really good turret face for its tier, and it's pretty solid. The M6, which is the next tank, has the same issues from the front. However, to compensate, it has a 90mm gun, which at tier 6 is really solid, because you know what else has a 90mm gun at tier 6? A lot of tank destroyers have 90mm guns at tier 6. There are a few heavy tanks that have bigger guns, like, for instance, the I'm just laughing at this. The T150. The T150 is one of the tanks that has a bigger gun, and tier for tier, the T150 really damn good. It is what the M6 will always be compared to, in my opinion, for tier 6 heavy tanks. And I'm looking forward to playing the M6 again because that 90 mil is a breath of fresh air after the 3-inch gun and then the 76 on the T1 here. We'll see how this game plays out. I'm not gonna do another game probably because I got another thing to record. But it's just interesting. Because if you actually get a top tier game in the T1, you're fine. You're gonna be rolling. Like, you can bounce a lot more than you think with the front, and if you side scrape, so you can bounce some stuff with the side armor. Though I would be very cautious when dealing with things that fire HE, because they can, in fact, depending on the caliber of the HE shell, specifically if you get shot at by artillery, the artillery is probably your biggest threat, to be honest, in the T1. But other than that, it's been a while since I've played these, and it's interesting to get back into it. We might actually win this game. Because if they can kill that Tiger P, I don't think there's anything really left that can contend super well with the 131. So it's just a matter of that Tiger P dying. And for my next video, I'm gonna try to be on the NA server, unless of course the time that I'm recording this, it's currently exploded. Which has happened to me in the past when I've tried to record something. Which, speaking of good heavy tanks, tier 7 kind of gets dominated by this thing. In the right hands, this is a menace. So let's see how exactly this plays out. So let's see, the only other TD is a T25-2, which is okay. Like, it's nothing to write home about. It's an okay tank destroyer. The question is, where are they? There's only so many places you can hide on the highway. I also love the fact that the music kicked up and then immediately, like, stopped for a second. That was pretty cool. So I'm assuming that the RD and T25-2 are probably next to each other. Unless the T25-2 is just hiding in that little dip at spawn. And there goes the gorilla. Which means it is now a 3v1. So let's go. I'll take the win for doing, like, absolutely nothing, basically. Easy. Let's go. Hope y'all have been enjoying me grinding the T110E5 line. I've been having a very interesting time with it, because, like, the T1, I've been getting back and forth between either really good games or just mediocre games. Just primarily because, like, it's showing its age with the tanks that have been added since. It's not a bad tank by any, like, means. It's pretty solid. The problem is, it just runs into so many things that either have better armor or better guns. And its armor just doesn't hold up as well as it used to. So it's interesting. But anyways, hope y'all enjoy it, and you'll have I'll be recording something else pretty soon. So see y'all then. Bye-bye.